Well, last 16 years, my career has been blocked, and Mexican American police ruined my pharmacy career, then nursing career. So last 16 years, I was not able to do anything. Once I was involved with the Mexican American police, and Mexican American police, and they spread the wrong rumor, the lie they created, and I was hitting down there. And I think everybody knows. Once that's not the police. I don't know. Since I already have the fundamental thought in South Korea, police image. I just cannot. I mean, I've been heard. I've been heard. Or Mexico is who operates cartel. Maybe that's why. And I hardly involved with. I mean, there was no cartel involvement. And my kid's father was selling not like a controlled drug. It was like a Viagra, and even that was not. He's not have the capability of importing those kind of things. He was getting from somebody, and just carrying the few period of Viagra, the Mexican American, the same police, Mexican American police who was continuing my, who's continuing my matter and blocking my, my career last 16 years, he sentenced like 3 years. They were like hoogie boogie. So I'm sure that I've been went through the trial for 3 years. So I'm sure that he was keep on doing it that way, and knowing that there is a racism exists. Everything has been done. I don't know, maybe in the police sphere, because a lot of people was saying that police has the most racism. I don't know, because as Mexican American police, and knowing he's been playing with the Korean community. I mean, my ex has been happened in year 2023 years ago. So he right now it has been like 23 years. So he's been working with the Korean community, and knowing they are kind of naive and about the law and everything. He was doing all kinds of things. It's not they supposed to do. And then they are player. They are there are police in the front, and there are police in the front, and back of them behind their uniform they are player. And last 7 years, you know it was amazing. It was because Caucasian government people, educational government people is tower helping, and then Mexican American police, Mexican American government people, and also their community. Unlike the only the difference that I noticed. I mean, I've been living in 40 years in USA, but my life is pretty much small. Very very limited. I live in small circumstance. So I did not. I'm not like I'm not like a social flyer. So my life is very limited. So I didn't know much, but now I know that Caucasian community. To be honest with you, there is a bad people, but there is a good people. Okay, there is a bad people and there is a good people. I mean, good enough to stand out and tell this is wrong, and that's a Caucasian community that I experienced the last 60 years in SUSANVILLE. But their crew, they cling together like 10 years old boys say that they have a chain system. Probably in certain field they have a chain system, but they are individually they are strong enough to say wrong is wrong in the front. Okay, that's the. I'm just telling the difference that I was experiencing it. And the Mexican American community, I don't know how they are organized, and they are more like it's like a crowd is circling, but there is also good people. I'm not telling that 100% of people is bad. Okay, in South Korea, it's the same thing. Korean community is very isolated. Okay, very individualized. But while I was in South Korea in 2023, I saw the Chinese Korean community. They have They have the network throughout in South Korea. I mean, here and there, that I could tell. And then they have some kind of like, chatting room or something. Everybody knows same same information at the same time, here and there and there. And they also move like a crowd, okay? And in order to help, I mean, it's their second country. It's like they, as being Chinese, Chinese Korean is, it's like immigration that they come from the China. So that's how they, all these people, individual. I mean, there is definitely something, but in order to control this, difference fairly, the law used to be in U.S. was very strong. I mean, to me, it was right now, yes, there is about $100 I pay in 1996. They were very strict, okay, at that time, and even like scratching like public, public property or matter. They were they fined like $30,000. They were very strict. But now look, look, like they don't even care. I don't know why. I want South Korea, it was very poor. They cannot even feed like 2, 3 meals per day. That's why a lot of people might immigrate to other country like Australia, U.S., Canada. Because it was a tiny little country without resource, and they were very poor, and they had to leave that country in order to survive. And before there was a lot of corruption. There was a lot of corruption, and they fight for it, and now they win. They win the corruption, and corruption, the government corruption is not like this. And then most of the South Korea people is either college or university graduate, so they are high enough. Their education background is high enough, smart enough to see all this kind of thing. But there is corruption, but the nation does not like allow it. And they know the North Korea, how they behave, so they don't want their society to be that way. But here in US right now, people did not experience a communist. This is a communist. What I'm going through right now is a communist, and I fight toward the police, and something is happening on the other side. They revenge like all the time, and they work with the criminal, and it seems like exactly what their third country, exactly what is going on in third country. And just they behave like they are king. I think they are government. Their government is taking care of the citizen. Who's earning the money is not government. Okay, government, yes, they behave like they behave like a king. They behave like a dictator right now in California. And look what I'm going through, and it's not me who's doing wrong. It's the government members, probably even public school, and even police. And police, what is the definition of police? They have to take care of the society, but using the police corruption power, they are ruining the citizen. And now I kind of find the reason that who was blocking originally my career, and this is what I find out. And I think it's Mr. Chang. I told him, who's hacking is Mr. Chang, definitely in hidden. And they are doing, he's kind of bitter because he's Korean, knowing, going through all, what is going on. And he's been already using Chinese Korean in order to target same Korean people to get the money. He should be taken care in South Korea, which I am continually report. He think that he's something, but he's just a criminal. That's it. Who has the power is the government people. Government people has been anchored with the criminal matter. That's why they became weak. And government, if they don't play, they have to exercise their power. But it seems like they've been anchored with their criminal matter. They don't exercise what they're supposed to do. I think that's what I also see. And then this is what I find out: who did not allow any of the my career was Mexican-American police who did my University of Toledo. Since he was the one that who created a lie, so he even planned to block my nursing career while, he already ruined my pharmacy career. People, know it. People know it is not possible to become a nurse. Once he lied to whole world with his, through his creation that, well, she ruined her pharmacy by her own. And if I ruin my pharmacy career her own, then how I could become a nurse? That's why he was blocking it. He's the one that who created, the one that who originally received my information in back in 2009, and he created, and he want his lie to become true. That's why his Mexican American police or police is more likely organization. I think that's what I see. They are very connected through the network, their network. So it happened, but even SUSANVILLE, this is what I'm going through. So through their network member. So he is the one that who created. He doesn't want to, because he created, so he, in addition to ruining my pharmacy career, in addition to, he doesn't want to allow my nursing career to move on. So he's the one that who who created, and he was blocking along with his Mexican American police crew. On top of it, Caucasian, police, member who plays together, they helped. Then, they stretch out to LASSEN College, and LASSEN College did it. Yeah, that's how it happened. Okay, and then, yeah. Who wanted it, this condition originally was Mexican American police who did my University of Toledo back in 2009. Then all the rest government members follow here and there, Los Angeles and SUSANVILLE. Christy Meyer did exactly what police told her to do in front for the restraining order. Exactly what the Mexican American police created in 2009 after I returned from Toledo, Ohio to Los Angeles, California. Yeah, he's the one. So he wanted his lie to become true. Then his Mexican American police network organization helped along with their government member. Yes, definitely they, that's how counseling Lorenzo in American Liberal College behaved like that. Everything was okay. Even the university, my psychology class was okay, even to 4-year university, and he suddenly blocked it. He didn't approve my psychology, and I had to fight for it. And then also and then they wanted. I think in government field they knew that they knew the lie. Like they knew that it was a lie, and then they cooperated. And also the hidden staff in board of the pharmacy in California. It was driving me nuts. It's more than a month. She was continually excusing, even though I submit everything. So finally, I had to speak to the upper manager, and then they approved. And I had to, explore everything what they were doing wrong. And they lied to the whole world this way and that way. And maybe from the problem was the top has been lie, and or the lie hasn't spread. Rest. Okay. So yeah, Chrissy Mayer did exactly what the police, Mexican American police told her to do, for the restraining order. Exactly what the Mexican American police created in 2009, once I returned from Toledo to Ohio, after I returned to, Toledo to Los Angeles. He wants his lie to become true. Yeah, he's the one who created the lie. It has to be a true. Maybe he, in that circumstance, he still behaves like a king. I don't know. But the way I figured it out, it was him. Because yeah. Then his Mexican American Police Network organization helped along with their government member. Then once LASSEN College did, SUSANVILLE government member cooperated. All together, they destroyed my U.S. life. Yep. That's how they did. Uh-huh. Then send me back to South Korea. Yeah, destroy my U.S. life. That's why they, it's unbelievable. It's totally fake. As 29 student has been looked, and so does Walmart. There is so much, no misconduct, harassment. But the more problem is people is cooperating. The Valerie in EDD. I mean, the day that I was removed, neither of them say nothing, and there was no such event. They hooked Nanju to do the work in front. She was a kept on, reporting me, and she's the one that who, she made a conflict with me. Okay, in order for me to get in trouble, she's the one that who wasn't, so she got hooked. I don't know what she heard, behind it. So even in Walmart, pharmacy, there is no such event for me to be terminated. But Nanju, continually report, and then Benzar, and I was in the suspension. They told me that they are going to investigate, but they did not investigate it. And during 1.5 months, I create more video, and even put the ad, even put the information on my minivan. Now I fight more harder. So maybe the one of the police member in the, and then contact Walmart, and they terminated. So there was no event. They had nothing to tell what I did wrong, to be terminated. That's why they say nothing. Okay, they, I don't know, maybe in Caucasian, I don't know. And I don't know. And I was very pissed that they ruined my pharmacy career in addition to they were ruining my nursing career. I mean, everybody has their own color, to want it. But in order the lie they Mexican American police created, he wanted to be true. This is a dictator. This is a communist, and rest of the police and government member was following his lie to become true. Okay, and then I'm going to say at the end, yeah, that's what they were going to do. Okay, then yeah, and then yeah, he wanted his lie to become true. Then his Mexican American Police Network organization helped along with their government member, just like Lorenzo in American American Liberal College. Then once the LASSEN College did, Susanville government cooperated, their LASSEN College, and then all together destroy my U.S. life and send me back to South Korea. For them to get away what they did, or to my life. It is not all Caucasian, because the hacker was putting the Caucasian, picture right next to me. No, they did it together. This is the nature of characteristic of these people who's playing. They excuse. They just like they inform Hispanic community. Oh, well, Mr. Lee did it. Oh, well, Mr. Chang did it. Oh, well, Christy did it. Oh, well, who did it in Grandora Police is a Caucasian. They excuse, okay? They did it together. Who initiated was, Mexican American, and then, Caucasians finalized it in front last 16 years. And now they are cooperating to block just like what I'm going through. 16 years. They excuse this. So, I don't know. For me, my personality is wrong, and it's my side. Even South Korea side, I tell this is wrong, and your side, this much is wrong. But these people who plays underneath, maybe Mr. Chang and maybe Mexican American, they all have this kind of characteristic. They excuse. They don't know. What they were doing wrong is right. But what other people's doing against them is wrong. The basic of wrong and right, they need to go back to toddler and then learn the basic definition of wrong and right. It's just like whatever is favor to me is right. Whatever is not favor to us is wrong. That's how they behave it. So it is not Caucasian. The middle people informed wrong. The Mexican American initiated all, and Caucasian cooperated. They did together to my life. Last 7 years, Mexican American initiated, then Caucasian and finalized it in front. Last 16 years, everything. Yes, yes. Racism discrimination is involved underneath. Mexican American police would not become when would not behave, when he open, he's not going to behave, what he has been done last 16 years to my life. When he opened my case in 2008, if I was Mexican American in Caucasian, he would not create a lie like, hell, like one after the other. If I was Caucasian, when I returned to USA in August 2017, they cannot plan what they plan as being police. That was returning me back to South Korea. And they would not initiate a matter in SUSANVILLE. Yes, because this is a majorly Caucasian community. If I was Mexican American, of course it's the same, same, cultural people, so they're not going to do. And even Caucasian, because it's a Caucasian majority, they're not going to accept all this fraud and everything. So they would not even dare to ask what they can, they let them do in front. So LASSEN College, and then of course, LASSEN College is not going to accept what they did to me, in August, 2018, and last 6 years, and they would not do what they are doing not together. Now, now together with them, they are blocking my nursing career. Different to LASSEN College might be the answer. It would be different, condition, compared to what I'm going through right now. So there is definitely something, and Mexican American, people kind of, knowing they work together, they kind of, I don't know, it's utilizing it or use it, or I think that's the right word. Yes, color matter exists, especially the LASSEN College. I believe so. LASSEN colleges do not involve, especially the public school. This is one of the conflicts that I was fighting with myself, growing up. The condition that I was in is, it's just South Korea police would cross the line to the public school while the student did nothing wrong. They let them expel. This in U.S. is going like over and over again. This is the one conflict that I couldn't accept. I couldn't accept easily. Maybe maybe people out there, it's not their matter. So why not? Just leave like that. But I have my already solid thought in my mind, and how it could be happen. I was continually asking. Maybe once I could let it go, but over and over, like how could it happen? How it could be happen? Maybe because Mexican American police side, using those racism, and then let police. Caucasian police to do it in the front work, so that hook the LASSEN College. I don't know. It just I cannot accept it. I cannot understand it. That's the major thing. So it's one of the reasons that I want to leave this town. I mean, and even while they don't take care the reason that they don't take care, everybody knows that who did wrong is the school. So while they don't take care, meaning is that you leave the town, and then the house you have whoever get it cheap. As I mentioned, they flip all the data in the government system. I don't know who did it, whether hacker did it, whether government member did it, that I don't know. But it has been changed, and the person who's going to buy my house cheap is the member, hidden member. Of course, they are going to put like they put like a Caucasian people in the front. Mrs. Fleming knows about your house condition very well, while they live in Seal Beach area. And they are government, but it seems like while they're working 8 hours per day as a government, position, and behind their position, they continually play, and it seems like it's been decade and decade, and because they don't play like this in South Korea, and that's the environment that they don't. If they play, of course, this is too much. But somehow people is accepting it. People is letting it go, and even locally, even statewide, even domestically, is playing is not enough. Now they playing globally in order to get what they want, and maybe because they were getting it, they behave like a king. They behave like a king, dictator king. So they block in order to make his lie to become true. Well, I'm the king, so my lie has to be become true in the society. So now everybody is cooperating one after the other, rest of them. Yeah, rest of them. So, yeah, yes, the color matter exists, especially the LASSEN college. In public college, they accepted it because I was different. If I was Caucasian, I don't think LASSEN college would accept the condition what they were doing to me. Okay, and then Mexican American police who created my matter originally do not know this condition do exist in society. And that was why he and they let all the work finalized by Caucasian in the front. Yeah, knowing that there is those kind of circumstance, and even using the hidden, not exposed circumstance to ruin the minority. And he was the Mexican American police, who got my information. I'm sure that he did many. I don't know how old he is, but probably he's about to retire. That I don't know, but it should. You have it's there is a conflict. There is a definitely conflict that between the difference. In order to harmonize it was a law. It used to be the law, and that's why everybody was in outside besides U.S. in outside. U.S. law is very strict. That's why I used to here out there, but now look, it's totally they steal things, police doesn't come, and it's amazing. California right now is amazing, and then they don't even come and let citizens to victimize one after the other. And then even globally, even they are targeting their own people to victimize by using the Mexican American, and I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe it could be African American, Mexican American, Caucasian, or Asian, not much involved. Yeah, they are involved, but not whole with the group of big people. Look at how the Mr. Cheng is doing Chinese Korean. Chinese Korean is neither, to me, Chinese either Chinese or Korean. That's the impression that I was having while I was in South Korea for 10 months. It was yeah, they don't have the dignity. The problem is, as being U.S. person, you put the flag in the front of your house. You have a dignity of your country. But Chinese, Korean, do they have a dignity as being Korean? Do they have a dignity as being Chinese? That's the things that I was not able to see through them, from them. Yeah. So yeah, it was yeah. So yep, and then so Mexican American police who did my University of Toledo was continually monitoring, yeah, through his network member in Susanville, my condition, yeah, about my condition right now. They completely block. And even I told them I have to feed myself. I don't know what they want. Okay, I have to feed myself. Why? Due to their play, my social security benefit is only 440, and then living in U.S. for 40 years, and then I have to feed myself. So once I finish my RN, I will go back and then drop it off, and that even the condition, and they were not allowing it. So they were, because they play with the Mr. Chang. Okay, they play. I think because of Mr. Chang's request, do not let her to study anything. At the same time, they want their lie to become true. Even though I said I'm going to, so they're player. It's too much. They're player. If they were solely, if they are solid, government working hard workers, sorry, hard working people, they would ignore, and whatever they were telling at the what outside, they will just move on their concentration, their work, and instead of concentrating on their work, they were playing all other things. One of them is mine. I think. One of them. So they were, see, while they take care of my matter like this, how they are going to take care of others' matter, by them who play. So it's their, last 7 years, I was keep on saying, it's their own work. The government member and police and LASSEN college and in SUSANVILLE, I'm sure that many other, I've been fighting for 6 years, OCR, and then, California, community chancellor office. It's their own work. They don't take care. So, after fighting 6 years, I said, I'm going to give up. The only hope that I have is LA Internal Affairs. And then I reported in March, 2024, by the time that they tried to pull me out from the work so that they could get my house, I was back and forth, because they were using, knowing that I have been removed, my kid has been removed from me to harass more and in order to get my house. And I was back and forth in LA. I was visiting the LA Internal Affairs. And then he was a good student. And look how the police has been doing with the criminal organization. They work together. This is not the society. And it's so U.S. is one of the strong, and I cannot say it's a advanced country like a German who's been organized, well. This is like what I'm going through is worse than third country. This is a dictator. They dictate in order to make that one police lie to become true. Right now school is cooperating, and they even exercise the other side of the community college not for me to be accepted. His lie the one person's lie has to become a true. So rest of college, Caucasian, police, government, and Mexican American police, government, they are cooperating to make one in order to make that one lie to become true. So they are like, he's like, I don't know. It's like a dictator. So in order for him to be dictator, all these government member around is cooperating, and I thought it's your own word, and this is not a system. This is not a government. It's your own word. And then like a Walmart, like store manager, Brock, you don't tell what you. It was indirectly she was behaving like that. You don't tell what you. How am I going to not to tell her? Like you had a car accident on your way to the work, and you don't tell. And this is my life that I was experiencing because police did wrong, and LASSEN college did wrong, and then also the hidden government member was exercising together, played together, and I cannot tell the what I've been victimized. Well, it's not my fault. Not even. It's amazing. They just is probably, yeah. So yeah, that I find that out. Why they're doing, there is no secrets of lie, and things will resolve, like a messed up thread, mess up the thread. It will be resolved like one by after the other, and then he's the one who contact. Because he's soon as I returned to the University of Toronto, he's the one who ordered California franchise tax to charge her. That in 2009 matter dragged into 10 years later. California franchise tax was telling me the same thing, even though I resolved back in 2009. Oh, well, you didn't pay the taxes, back in 2009 while you were, possessing the pharmacy tech license. Well, and then what they were asking, how did you buy your house? It was from my dad's money, majorly. So that's how I was able to buy the house. Because they were expecting me to go back to South Korea once they ruin everything. Like, they don't let me go, they don't let me study in nursing, because that's how it has been spread the rumor in South Korea and US, all over the world. So that's why they were blocking my, in order to make their lie to become true. They are player. That's why they drag to play one after the other. If they are solid, not player, they will ignore and they will move on their work, their police work, their school work, their government work. That's how I see. If They are player. That's why they drag it continually playing. Maybe even they were player. They play in the past. They're playing still right now. That's why I'm still going through this way. And they will play in the future. That's what I see. People who sorry who doesn't play, they will ignore it. That's what I see. Okay, thank you. Now I find the reason.